just like pretty much anything else, if you just say, listen, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do, you know? So there's no stopping me with anything. And if it's my cup of tea that day, I'm all in, man, you know?
Listen, we should be cracking whiskey.
We should be cracking whiskey. Let's go crack some whiskey. Crack this bad boy open. What we got here? Alright, rocking some Ardbeg 10.
Very nice.
This is this is good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh yeah. Woo! So this is how we do?
That's it. In the cat house.
The cat house underground.
Let's start it off for real.
Yes,
Cheers,
sir.
Simon.
Cheers. Mm. All right. So let's go. So I wanna thank you for everyone here at the Cat House. Got Sean Catney here. Just a little brief introduction. I know my man for probably 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
But it seems like forever because he is so genuine. He knows his stuff and he's just the man. So I'm just gonna say, you know, as far as work, craftsmanship, he's incredible. His attention to detail is by far the best. You can actually see it in his work. Because what we're going to show you is basically his handmade guitars, his machine work, and not only that, he's not only a craftsman, a machinist, he's also a drummer, a musician. My man, he can hit them drums like no other. I mean, it's incredible. I'm gonna probably say, you know, he's up to par with David Grohl. You know what I'm saying?
Don't let him hear that.
Metallica, what's that guy's name? Lars Ulrich. You know, by far he's like the top. Not that drumming skills, amazing as far as that guitar skills. I'll tell you, this guy's an all around, just fantastic person, musician, and everything else. So guys, this is Sean Catney, guys.
Hey, thank you for those kind words.
You got it, my man.
Thank you.
You got it. Oh man. So yeah, let's start off, man. So let's talk about.
So where do you want to start?
Let's start with the guitar building.
Okay.
Well, how did you get started?
So actually, guitar building is my latest endeavor, if you will. You know, so
I'm going to say I'm probably about a year into it now, and what it was, I went to a Jersey Shore guitar show. Obviously, being a musician, I've been around guitars. I've always liked them, but it was a Saturday afternoon, and I walk into a guitar show, and I see hundreds of guitars that are just out of this world, right? So much cooler and better than anything you'd see walking into Guitar Center. So I'm checking them out, and I'm saying, just like everything else, I'm pretty sure I could probably build one of these things, you know? So the OCD goes off, and a year later, you know, I got 4.5 guitars done. So yeah, it is a fairly new craft for me. Extremely more intricate and detail oriented than I originally thought when I walked through that guitar show. But just like pretty much anything else, if you just say, listen, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do, you know? So there's no stopping me with anything. And if it's my cup of tea that day, I'm all in, man, you know?
Yeah.
So
how long does the builds take for a guitar?
So realistically, for me to say is terrible for anyone that would want to get into that, right? Because again, I got medical issues. I got OCD and ADHD, right? So when I dive in, you know. So sleep, it doesn't matter. It's just sad to say this, but sometimes my wife and kid, I put everything, you know, I'm focused, I'm mainstreamed, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not ignoring them, but I am day and night. I'm day and night. Obviously, I'm going to work during the day. I'm thinking about it. I'm just, that's what it is. When I get home, I'm all in until it's done. So for me, I'm doing in under 3 months, let's say 3 months, and that's only because I got to cure whatever finish I'm doing. You know, the painting, the finish work takes the longest, right? So curing takes 21 days, right? Just, you know, so it's a lot of work. So that burns up a month right there, reality. So I'm building a guitar in under 3 months, but that's not and a good thing to go by, right? It's not an for you know. It's a lot of work to do it in 3 months, you know. As they're very involved. So
nice. Well, you're actually gonna see his guitar pieces because it's when you see it, like his signature. When you see the guitars, what is your signature piece on it?
So as far as the signature piece to know it's mine, is so here's one. Here's actually my first build and my favorite build. So my signature is the headstock. So I kind of put almost like a violin style, like wood routing up into the headstock. I'm not sure if that's going to be able to pick up or not, but right inside here. So
get some close-up shots on that.
Yeah, definitely. But this was my first guitar, and this one I went obviously all out on because it was my first one, and I was bonkers when I walked through that guitar show. And of course, when I came out, I said, well, I want to build a guitar better than every one of those guitars that I've seen, you know. So and trust me, it's not, but this is my baby. So obviously it's a Telecaster.
I was gonna say the body.
You know, it's a Telecaster, but you know, I got custom everything, pick guard, everything's I made. Obviously, knobs I made. This is purchased. Custom pickups. The finish is a wax ceruse finish with 14 karat gold pushed into every pore into this body. You definitely won't be able to pick that up, but that's there is a lot of gold in this guitar. So you know, it's very intricate. I scalloped the frets, the solo frets, which we'll get some close-up shots later on. You know, so this guitar is
amazing.
This guitar
is gorgeous.
You know, there's a lot of you know, I went pretty much 50s style telly, you know, with the saddle and everything. So the finger relief, it's all there. So that's
beautiful.
Thank you. That's one of them, and of course, everyone has to have the Kurt Cobain Jax thing. You know, so it's got a distress finish. It's an awesome guitar, right? It's a rock and roll guitar. He played this guitar on one tour with this finish. The finish was actually a Gretsch finish.
Wow.
So it's not a typical Fender. Of course, yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah. This is more of a, Gretsch is very familiar with it, like the silver sparkle or sparkle finish anyway. But yeah, this is also, without like going crazy into detail, you know, there's, maybe it just looks like a Jax thing, or it's a little involved.
Yeah.
Again, I got custom made pickups for me. I didn't wrap the pickups. Those are custom made. They're signed on the inside, and I won't give that shout out right now. But, yeah, everything, you know, animals were harmed making my guitars.
You'll see the detail. You'll definitely see the detail when we get some close-up shots on it.
So here's another one,
Woo,
right?
look at this bad boy.
So this is like a complete freak, right? So it's Telecaster, it's Stratocaster, it's Gibson Les Paul. You know, of course, it does. Actually, all my guitars have a nice belly carve and an arm carve. You know, so just more comfortable with playing. So this is a Mutt, but it's this is a metal guitar, and it's down tuned. It's supposed to be heavy, and it is heavy.
Nice.
And it plays heavy. So yeah, that's a couple of my guitars. Anyway, I got a couple more downstairs in the studio. But,
unreal. You guys, you're gonna see the close-up on these guitars. They're fantastic. Man, good stuff.
Yeah.
Gosh. So what else? You do machine work for what?
For the Navy and the Marine Corps as a career, but
yes.
Of course that leaves me. Machine work can be everything from hot rods to anything inside your house, tattoo machines, right? So this was an early on teenage thing that I have been out of for a while, but I got hundreds of tattoo machines that I built down in the basement, so
take a look at those too. That's
again, that was early on when I definitely would have loved to become a tattooer, right?
Yeah.
But life makes its own paths, and that wasn't my path. So, but what's even cooler is the path that it did led me to building machines, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Again, I dove into that hard. I spent a couple years building, and I'd do a machine in a day. You know what I mean? So, and whether it's at a solid billet or 3-piece welded, they were nonstop for a while. So,
nice.
And the possibilities, they're endless, right? It's you can get as creative as you want. And I'm just have an infatuation with old school tattooing and tattoo machines and collectible items, which I have, which I shouldn't have, but I do have,
Nice.
So yeah, yep.
Crazy. So with the tattoo machines, even prior before that, you were a fisherman too.
I was a commercial fisherman, so we won't get into detail. But again, life takes crazy turns, and mine was a little unfortunate. And I needed to work. I needed to make money at the time, right? So I called my buddy. His father owns a commercial fishing boat, and that part is history, man.
That's crazy.
I did that for 4 years.
Damn. Yeah, and like what's because you showed pictures a few times. Get some pictures of tuna. What's the biggest? You go out. You get the tunas and all that stuff.
Well, yeah. So that's rod and reel fishing, right? But rod and reel fishing, yes, I've been doing. I've been fortunate enough to have an uncle who owns a 47-foot charter boat, right? So yeah, I've been working the deck of that boat since I'm a kid, right? But that's like pleasure, right? That's pleasure fishing. So yes, I am definitely big into rod and reel fishing. But I was also, a commercial scout fisherman. So,
you've done a lot, man. And I'm just saying, you've done a lot for your age.
Yeah.
It's crazy how
I hear that a lot. Actually,
you've done this, and
so
you accomplished so many things, man.
With that, school was over for me at 16, right? So. I was a commercial fisherman at 16 and a half years old, making good money, way too much money for a 16-year-old, you know what I mean? Getting in trouble doing 16-year-old, 17, 18-year-old things, so, but that's what I had to do. So, and that's what I did, and I wouldn't take it back for anything,
That's it,
so,
man. That's awesome.
but that's a hard life.
I can imagine.
Stay in school.
Oh man. So let's talk about like the whole drumming thing. Were you always into drums?
So yes, drums are definitely my primary instrument. I hope, I tend to believe I'm a decent musician, but as far as what do I play? Yes, I'm a drummer, and I've been drumming since I would say 7, 8 years old. You know, a long time. You know, 4th grade, I was playing a snare drum for the band. You know what I mean? And then it went to the jazz band, which led me to the kit, the full drum kit, and then post-hardcore was the thing in the 90s, right? Wow. So, of course,
so that was your genre.
Yes, absolutely. Post-hardcore was huge, right? You couldn't stop playing it, listening to it, and just like everything else, it's what I did. It's all I did. School didn't matter. Life didn't matter. You know, there's some crazy stories I could go on with.
that's behind the scenes after the whole bottle is gone.
So yes, but yeah, post-hardcore was the thing, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I did, right? So bands formed, and I in and out of them to this day, you know.
Tell us about the bands. What bands were you in?
So back then, I can't even really remember names that early on. So like 14, 15 years old, but. Later on, I guess the first serious band would be Hiatus, which turned into Dead Last, which held a sponsorship for me, which was pretty cool. That was the first time I had sponsors. I won't say again, but you know, they were reputable, and they were excellent to me and us, the whole band, right? So I still talk to those guys. I still jam with those guys once in a while. That was huge. There were several other. That was like a metal band, right? That was beyond the post-hardcore scene days. Then I had a band, Ocean's End, which was then Liars and Legends, which is more of a post-hardcore gig going on there. But cover bands, I created an awesome cover band with guys at work. Sold unbelievable amount of tickets at an original only venue called the Stone Pony as a cover band. How that happened, how we were able to play that venue and only do covers was beyond me. I think because our covers were so obscure that, like, unless you were into the band, you probably wouldn't know it was a cover. You would just be like, well, that's a pretty good song, but it was not our song, you know what I mean? So, that's where we were with that. The Wage Grade was that band that was referencing a government working. The wage grade is a pay scale for the government employees, you know. So it was just, you know, simple, stupid, right? Yeah. But again, I talk with those guys. I jam with those guys quite often. I talk to them every day. I jam with them every time I can, especially a couple of them, you know. So they're all great friends of mine, and I've met good friends jamming. But like everything else, bands come and go.
Yeah, but drums is your passion.
Drums are my passion.
We have to, yeah.
I'm playing my drums frequently, right? Whether this COVID thing definitely threw a fork in the road for every musician, right? So what I got now is like YouTube, right? Well, not now. It's kind of, I'm not over. I don't want to say over, but people are coming over more. But early on, man, it was like me and YouTube. You know,
that's true.
Just playing drumless tracks. Like, who do I want to play today? Sure, I'm gonna put it on, you know, and then jam along to it, and that's where we are, right? That's where we are.
Yeah, I want to definitely shoot some shots of you playing the drums.
Cool.
And stuff like that, because I think it's gonna be. Well, you just got to hear them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's just sick. It's you just got to see the whole setup. You know, it's amazing.
Well, just like that's a whole endeavor in itself, right?
Exactly,
so
yeah.
I dove into that studio down there when we bought this house, finished building this house, really. So just like the garage here, right? It's today I have the vision. Tomorrow I'm gonna make it happen. You know, there's no stopping me. So money's no issue. It is, but I like to believe it's not, but trust me, it is. So the studio's cool. We'll get some footage down there too. So
nice. So when you just envision things, you automatically just go and you just, hey, what's up, my brother? Big brother's here. But you see these things and it automatically just flows perfectly.
One word: sickening. For an outsider, listen, that woman in there she's good, because to put up with me when I go through these things is tough. Again, I'm in tunnel vision, right? So, if I'm in it, and there is nothing going to stop me, and I guess that's actually a pretty decent trait, because it's all good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Definitely, man. Let's talk about another one of your passions, man. I mean, this is like the best thing ever as far as automobile passion. What's up?
For the average guy, right? Cars are cool. Motorcycles are cool. Hot rods, right? That's where we're at. Hot rods and rat rods. That's what I'm all about, right? Yeah, motorcycles too. Back injury stopped that endeavor, but so I got to move back to four wheels, right? Which is cool. Again, like everything else, actually I don't dive too hard into that. But I rotate my stock and I keep a good stock at all times. So I've had tons of cars, tons of hot rods.
What was your favorite one? Or I shouldn't say favorite one. I would say what.
So my favorite one is the one that's going to be here within a couple months.
The Nova?
So is the 72 Nova, right? So I've been working a long time to get the 72 Nova. There's probably, depending on who's going to watch this video, there's probably a few people like a 72 Nova, but everyone has their car, and for me, the 72 Nova is my car. Realistically, there's really no rhyme or reason. 72 is like the last year for the hot rods, right? So it's not the best year to get a hot rod, right? But Harley Davidson had a fantastic year in 72. I wasn't born in 72. Had nothing to do with 72 other than Harley had a great year in 72. And it was the end of that revolution, right? They started becoming more family after 72. And gotten ugly as shit. So the 72 Nova will be here. Hopefully sooner than later, right? I'm hunting the right one right now. Not that I couldn't have had one yet, but I just didn't want a 72 Nova. I'm gonna have the 72 Nova, right? And that one I'm not building. I'm not even gonna clean it, right? I want it when it gets delivered here. It's gonna be done. So that's the goal. That's the goal anyway. But
nice.
I'm a GM. I'm a Chevy guy. I've had quite a few Fords, but they're always Chevy powered, right? So
were you always into the hot rods and the old school cars and all that stuff?
Again, you can thank my uncle for that one. He likes more British style Triumphs, British style stuff. Yeah. But I'm definitely a GM again, Chevy GM guy. But to each their own, The TR6 is really cool. You'll see some shots of that car.
Yes, so on the Ford here? What is this one?
So this is a 57 F100. It's a rat rod, right? So it's probably the cleanest rat rod you'll see, right? Which is also my style, right? I tend to be fairly neat. That's the OCD in me, right? I try to be. Actually, sometimes I try not to be, and my heart will start pounding, and this one, it's an awesome truck. It's a great truck. It's low, it's slow, just like our barbecue, right?
That's
So, yeah, no, it's a great truck. I've had 78 Camaro, 77 Nova, 48 Ford, a 31 Ford, a couple more. So, yeah, I buy them, I fix them, somewhat build on them, or build them, and then I get rid of them. I get rid of them. I get bored. The next flavor comes in, and it's going to happen with this one. Hopefully, I'd like to see the Nova show up and sit next to it, but I do have a few people looking at this right now. So
Oh, watch that.
So yeah,
We gotta get on that first. We gotta do a shoot on that one. But yeah, so yeah, man, I appreciate it, man, for you being part of the magazine.
hey, listen, thank you so much.
You know,
It's an honor, really. This is
This is an honor,
unfamiliar
man.
territory for me, man. I just
Get
I'm
outta here.
just a Sean, man, just
No.
doing my thing, just doing my thing. So no, this is all cool. And,
Nice.
and I love you, brother.
He's the man. So yeah, what we're gonna do is now we're probably gonna take some B-roll shots
Okay.
of of your work, so we can get a nice close detail
Cool.
on the fine craftsmanship that your hands can do and your
Yeah.
mind can do, and as well as the machinery that we have here. Just to let me know for the B-roll shots, like piece by piece. Can you tell us what?
Yeah, sure. So I just put. I mean, again, I got tons. I got probably 200 machines down there that I've built. But what you're going to see is basically just a water jetted part, and then my machining process through to a completed machine. Obviously there's a couple different style frames here, but yeah, it's just to get a general idea of what it is and what it becomes. So yeah, that's it.
Nice.
So it's all good. It's all
Awesome.
good.
I love it. All right, so what we're gonna do is now we're gonna take some B-roll shots, probably some pictures
Cool.
of you, so we can get some a nice editorial spread, and we'll go from there.
Very good.
So hey, you guys, got my man Sean Catney here, sharing with us his work, and we gotta do a video of you playing the drums.
Yeah,
Because I know people will just go crazy with that. That's probably going to be in the next video.
Yeah, pick
But
a song, right? And I'll cover a
there you
song.
go. And, yeah, I think we're good, man. So thank you again for being a part of this.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Peace.